Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hens Sports Night, Season 3, Episode 2. I'm Ryan Furman alongside with Matt Pollard, and we are here for some quick updates. A big blockbuster trade in the NBA, Damian Lillard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks as a piece in a three-team trade, including the Suns, Trailblazers. The Trailblazers received Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Toumani Camara, the Bucks' 2029 first-round pick, unprotected, swapping rights on the Bucks' 2028 and 2030 picks. The Suns receive Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson.
Now we move over to college football, first with our Blue Hens. It was Parents' Weekend in Newark, Delaware, and the tub was packed as fans filled the seats from top to bottom. After a close first half where it was back and forth, Delaware ended up pulling away over Duquesne, with the final score being 43-17. Junior quarterback Ryan O'Connor had a solid game with 4 passing touchdowns and over 300 yards. Delaware also got help from star running back Marcus Yarns, who had 2 touchdowns as the team went on to win the game. Next up is a matchup with North Carolina A&T, and the Hens are now ranked number 8 in the FCS.
More in college football this past weekend featured the Red River rivalry with 3-seeded Texas facing off against 12-seeded Oklahoma in Austin, Texas. Dylan Gabriel and the Sooners completed the upset, winning 34-30 in a game that was a thriller from start to finish, as they ended up scoring the game-winning touchdown with 15 seconds left. In another game that ended up being a nail-biter, USC ended up prevailing against Arizona 43-41 in a triple overtime game, thanks to an incredible play from Caleb Williams, who is once again in the Heisman race.
When it comes to October, we just simply cannot ignore baseball. Wildcard week in the beginning of the divisional series has been hot and lived up to the hype so far. The Philadelphia Phillies, Diamondbacks, Rangers, and Twins all advanced to the divisional series after sweeping all of their first series 2-0. But it's a bad day for Delaware area baseball, as the Orioles just lost their second game of the series against the Rangers, and now they're facing elimination tonight. On the other hand, Ryan's and my favorite team, the Phillies, just blew a 4-0 lead over the Braves and ended up losing 5-4 last night. They're going to look to redeem themselves tomorrow night on Wednesday.
The first preseason game for the Sixers went underway this Sunday night, where they traveled to Boston to play their rivals, the Celtics. However, Sixers stars Joel Embiid and James Harden both did not play. The Celtics' notable stars, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, both had limited minutes, as well as new additions, Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. The Sixers ended up losing a close one as they fell 114-106.
The NHL regular season will begin tonight for all the hockey fans out there. The Nashville Predators will face the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Chicago Blackhawks will go against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Seattle Kraken will face off against the defending champions, the Las Vegas Knights. Chicago rookie Connor Bedard will make his much-anticipated debut against Sidney Crosby in what should be a very entertaining matchup.
We are now 5 weeks into the regular season in the NFL, and it has not been disappointing. Through the first few weeks, there are 2 remaining undefeated teams, my Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Both have been dominating their opponents so far, and additionally, the Dolphins and Bills, both in the AFC East, have been looking pretty strong as well. The Eagles will eventually play all 3 of these teams, which should provide some very exciting games. The combined record for these 4 teams so far is 17-3, and it should only get more interesting from here. That's all for desk updates. Now let's take it off to James and Sam for Prime Time.
Welcome to Prime Time. My name's James Gallagher.
I'm Coach Mendelson.
And tonight we're going to talk to you about this past weekend in college football and what we expect the rest of the way.
James, it's on your opinion. How about that Red River rivalry? What a game.
I mean, that game is textbook. There was a lot of craziness to start it, and the ending did not disappoint with Oklahoma just edging out a victory. Looked like the more physical team.
They were the more physical team. And if we weren't one thing in that game is Dylan Gabriel, he's got that dog in him. He's just a pure dog.
That's the type of guy I want commanding the football for my team going deep into January.
Quick question, Dylan Gabriel or Quinn Ewers?
I'm going Quinn Ewers.
I'm going Quinn Ewers too, but Dylan Gabriel, I think he might have jumped Quinn Ewers in the Heisman voting.
Very possible, but we all know who's going to end up winning that award, Caleb Williams.
So next, let's talk about Big Ten football. Let's talk about Ohio State, Maryland. It was a tied game going into halftime, but Ohio State was able to pull away in the second half. What's your takeaway from Ohio State's first half struggles?
I mean, let's be honest. So far this year, the Buckeyes have gotten off to rough starts, but the second half has just been their half. They come out, they dominate it because they just got dogs all over the field, starting with the guy Marvin Harrison Jr.
He might be the second pick in the NFL draft this year, but only behind Caleb Williams.
Oh, he for sure should be the second pick. The guy, his athleticism, his ability to just go up and get balls is like something we haven't seen in a really long time.
This is a hot take, but to me, he's better than his dad, and his dad was a Hall of Famer. So that's a lot of praise coming from me.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm going to have to agree with you. He is better than his dad.
Quick, who's your best team in the Big Ten? Ohio State, Penn State, or Maryland? I meant Michigan.
I'm going Ohio State.
I still think Michigan's the best team.
So going in now to the college football playoff, who are your 4 teams you look at?
I got Georgia, Ohio State. Even though I do think Michigan's better than them, I think Ohio State's going to win that game, win the Big Ten championship, and sneak into the playoffs. I got Florida State because they have a cupcake schedule, and Washington because I just love Michael Penix.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I got a little bit of a disagreement here. I definitely got Georgia number 1. I got Ohio State number 2, Florida State number 3, and go Sooners, Oklahoma number 4.
Let's just quickly talk about the University of Miami versus Georgia Tech game. How do you not knee that ball?
I mean, there's a couple reasons why maybe they thought it was just a good idea to try and pick up first down. But honestly, there's no excuse. You just need the ball.
The ball. Just knee the ball. It just makes me so mad how coaches, like my mailman would even know to knee the ball in that situation. My mailman, all right?
I mean, but later on, after the game, head coach comes out and he just throws shade on his offensive coordinator. Your thoughts on that?
He's the head of the football operations program there. It is his decision not to knee the ball. I don't want to hear it.
What about a sideline coach like a game manager?
I don't want to hear it. Next, let's talk about Colorado versus Arizona State. Shedeur Sanders once again went Brady mode and pulled out a clutch win in the end.
Now, what do you mean by Brady mode?
He's got that clutch gene. He needed a field goal, a minute left, minute left, tie game. He drove the field, got in field goal range. Colorado wins by 3.
I mean, I agree with you. This kid, he's got a mentor, Tom Brady. And if your mentor is Tom Brady, you know you're going to be a dog. But I'd like to get your idea on the skill position players that Colorado's got.
One, they got Travis Hunter. I mean, as said by Deion Sanders, he is Riddley Gucci. He is a dog. In my opinion, he's one of the best players in the nation. He's not going to come out of the NFL. He's not going to come to the NFL this year. He'll wait a year, and so will Shedeur Sanders. But when he comes out, I think he'll be a top 5 pick.
Well, Hunter's not even eligible. He's a sophomore.
He is eligible.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
Nah.
He is. He's a redshirt.
He's a sophomore.
Redshirt.
You have to be a junior.
He's eligible.
Well, moving on,
I
though.
will bet you money he is eligible.
He is not eligible.
He is eligible.
Okay. I guess he's eligible. But something I really think, though, and I want people, listen up. In the next 3 years, this Colorado program will make the college football playoffs, not only because it's going to expand, but because Deion's going to start getting some high-name recruits, especially offensive linemen and defensive linemen, which he needs.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, right now, that's the weakest side of their ball. They're just, in general, they're just small on the offensive side and the defensive line. I mean, that's why Oregon manhandled them.
I agree with you. Well, that's going to be all from us tonight. Now let's move on to the new HSN intro.
All right, welcome to Hot Takes. I'm your host, Ryan Lazar, with Tyler Jacobson and Tony Dean. I mean, let's get right into it. You were Phillies. I mean, what a game last night. Unfortunately, they came up. What are your thoughts on that?
Ryan, don't get me started. I mean, Braves 5, Phillies 4. Let the viewers know who didn't see it. It was a really tough loss. You know, they look great. Got off to a, what was it, 3-0 lead? Yeah. Or maybe even a 4-0 lead. And, you know, you got to finish that game off. I don't know if you guys saw the last play. A catch off the wall, home run snag, and then Bryce Harper was already rounding second. He was almost a third by the time when they threw him out. And double play. I mean, it's just killer.
I mean, that catch gave some Chas McCormick vibes from last year. But, I mean, honestly, I know you're high on the Phillies, and they're a good team, but I just don't think they can compete with the Braves right now. I mean, the momentum going into that game, I mean, the comeback, the great plays, I mean, the Braves, I could see them lighting up Citizens Bank Park. I mean, they are a good team. They're my World Series pick, and I'm sticking with them.
Listen, Braves had a hell of a regular season. They got a lot of heavy hitters, but you can ask any player in the MLB, if there's one stadium they don't want to go play in away, it's the bank, Citizens Bank Park. And I'll tell you what, Phillies are going to show up, fans are going to show up. We got the momentum. They're hungry dogs. Hungry dogs run faster. Learned that from the Eagles. So I think they can get it done.
I know. I mean, they definitely could be.
We'll see.
But two teams I don't think that can get it done. Fraud watch: the Orioles and the Dodgers. I mean, they are two top seeds in the league, and they might get swept. I mean, I've been saying it for like 3 weeks now. The Orioles, they just don't have enough playoff experience or just experience as a whole. They got good players. They'll be great in the future, but I don't know. They cannot get it done this year, and I've been saying that.
And it's really a shame, the Dodgers we've seen postseason, a couple years in a row now. But the Orioles, they've been so bad for so long. To see them in the playoffs now and not be able to get it done, it is a shame. So now we'll switch over to the next series. We have the Twins leading the Astros 1-1. That series, honestly, I'd love to see the Twins come out on top. The Astros, we all know those cheaters. I don't think anyone wants to see them go any further.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised the Twins even won one game. I mean, the Astros are a phenomenal team, and I mean, breaking news: the Astros just won the second game a few hours ago. So, I mean, not looking good for the Twins. But let's switch it over to NBA. I mean, Tony, what's your opinion on some of these big trades that are coming out?
I'm saying, man, it's been going crazy. The Bucks they do have Damian Lillard now. But the Celtics do have Drew Holiday to balance it out, and also Kristaps Porzingis. He did look amazing on Sunday versus Sixers. So I don't know. I feel like it's still gonna be a team in the West to win, but
I mean, I got
not by a lot.
I think besides like the Celtics and the Bucks, and then I guess you could put the Suns there too. The Suns are a great team, but like,
who he wants to hear. You know who he wants to hear.
Who?
King James, baby. That's what he thinks going.
I don't think the Lakers got any choice. It's those two East teams.
It's gonna be a Lake show. Watch.
Maybe if he gets his walker out and like his blended up meals because he can't even chew anymore with his dentures. He's so old.
I don't want to hear it.
But we'll see. Listen.
What about the Sixers?
The Sixers, I personally have zero hope. I'm gonna.
Y'all might not make the playoffs.
They might not make it. I'm gonna bank on the fact that I have beautiful teams playing in football and baseball right now. Philly sports. The Sixers, I have no hope. I mean, I feel bad for Embiid. They're wasting his prime. I mean, this guy deserves to. He deserves to go to get a good postseason run.
Are they wasting his prime, or is Embiid really that good?
MVP, man. That's all I can say.
He did win MVP.
The voters were there.
The voters were there, of course, but it should have been. You know who should have been? Jokic. Like, it was clear as day.
I can't agree with you on this, and we're going a little bit off topic now, but that's a story for another time.
Let's see. Who's your MVP? Who's your MVP candidate this year?
This year,
who's going to be? Very early predictions.
Ooh,
that's a great idea to bring up.
Question.
And to be honest, I am a little skeptical on the Dame on the Bucks with Giannis, but I think if it does work out, we could see another Giannis MVP. I think Dame is going to get a lot of double teams, a lot of pressure out on the top of the key. Yeah, I mean, you have to put some pressure on Dame. He's going to drop threes all day. So I think
that's why the Bucks. I think it's going to be with them. These teams are stacked.
I got the Celtics making it out the East. The West is up in the air.
I think the Suns, no question.
No. You got the Warriors, got the Lakers.
They got KD, Booker, Bradley Beal now.
Yeah, the Suns did work this offseason, man.
That's cool, but Devin Booker.
Booker's one of the best shooters.
You know, it's crazy when Devin Booker gets to the play. When Devin Booker gets to the playoff, he turns into John Cena. You can't see him no more. Like, what's the point?
I mean, maybe with some help.
I'm saying.
But it could be a little bit different. But I mean, the Suns, the Celtics, the Bucks, I don't think anyone.
The Warriors, the Lakers, the Nuggets. You have to keep adding on teams,
man. You gotta look
man.
at the stars. You gotta look at the bench. That's all I gotta say. And
what about the Heat?
The Heat, they have the star power like the Bucks do.
We'll see.
I think they were banking too much on getting that piece, that Dame piece, this offseason.
But it's also Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy
Butler went crazy last season.
He went crazy, and I think he is going to continue that. I mean, there's no stopping him, especially he's got the emo haircut now. It's beautiful. One more thing I want to ask real quick, guys. We got this mid-season tournament coming up this season. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? I don't know if I'm too into it.
Garbage.
No,
it's no reason.
I'm not a fan of that.
There's no point.
There's no reason. They're just playing for money, and all these teams have money. It's
and,
just load management and stuff. I mean, these players don't want to play the 82 games.
I'm saying.
Why add in these extra?
Kawhi, let alone, he's only going to play 5 games this season, so it's
Well,
like there's no point.
they changed the rule, so he'll have to be out there now.
He's going to go out there for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, you probably.
Like 10 minutes max.
Yeah.
And
then
right back on the bench.
Fake an ankle injury or something like
saying.
that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I mean, that is all for us in Hot Takes. We'll send it over to the rest of the team, see how they did swing dancing.
I'm Emily, and well, I don't dance, so I don't really think this is going to go all that well. I have a little bit of rhythm, so it'll be okay. I'm not really sure what exactly to expect. I don't really know what swing dancing is, so we'll see.
I'm Sam. I don't really know what I'm expecting. I'm like expecting some sort of like cowboy or like, you know, like old time thing. Like when I think of swing dance, that's what I think. I don't think I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm James. You know, some people compare my dance moves to Michael Jackson, so you know, I'm ready to kill this class.
Go ahead.
I'm Antoine Randall, and I'm going to salsa in the end zone. Am I good?
Hi, I'm Marnie, and I don't know what to expect. I've done dance my whole life, but we'll see.
Sam, live interview. How are you feeling right now? What's the confidence level?
Not really that high.
You're confusing me.
Sam, you threw me off.
So if that looked really fun and it looks like something that you want to do, we're here in room 175A in the Little Ball every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9:30, and in Perkins on Fridays from 7 to 10. Come join us and dance as little or as much as you want.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella Matone, joined by Danielle, Olivia, and Gabby, and we're going to play a game called Wrong Answers Only.
We are going to ask Olivia and Gabby questions about different sports, players, and trivia, and they need to answer, but the catch is they can only answer with wrong answers.
Okay, let's begin. What is it called in baseball when a player hits the ball far out into the field, but it is caught?
I think it's butterflies. Only because if you think about it, butterflies are also in the field, so it's equal.
Good answer, good answer.
There.
I think it is called caterpillars because you know what? I think it's pre-butterflies. I don't think we're quite at butterfly yet. I think we're like getting ready to be butterflies.
Right, so do you think if it was butterfly, like it would be butterflies as in it wasn't caught and like they score?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it called when a football player scores?
It's a basket.
A basket.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
I mean, similar to basketball, I feel like it's the same terminology because it's like they're both sports. So
Right. They're
Yeah.
also very similar
Yeah.
too. Very similar sports.
I agree.
Yeah. So when someone scores in football, I think it's called a football score. I just think it's self-explanatory, you know?
That's smart.
I think that's exactly what they should call it. If I'm wrong, I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm right and they should change it. I think it's football score.
So you think you want it to be very literal?
Yes.
That's what okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
okay.
good one.
Next question. What is it called in hockey when the same player scores 3 goals in one game? Same player.
I think it's
secret.
Yeah.
I think it's called a turkey because when I think of
okay.
hockey, I think of Thanksgiving, and then I think of the food, and then that's why I think that it's called turkey.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I feel like I've heard of this one before. I think it's bow trick. Yeah. Like, I have this vague memory of like hats and like bows and things that go on your head. So like, I think that's it.
That's smart too.
Okay.
All right.
Good one. What is a home run?
It's when they touch 3 of the bases.
3. Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I disagree with you actually. I think it's when someone in the stands, they bring their own bat and they hit it back into the field, right back to the pitcher.
I think I've heard that before.
I think you're right. I think
that one's
Olivia
right
may be
too.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
Okay.
I'm nailing this, you guys.
You really are. Okay. What are all the New York football teams' names?
Okay, so I know about the New York Cowboys.
Good team.
I love that team. They're my favorite.
My favorite. The New York Broncos and the New York Bears. Do you know any?
I think I've also heard of the New York Rams. No, the New York Chargers, the New York Raiders.
Next Super Bowl
I always get
winners.
those ones mixed up.
Right.
My favorites, so.
Good picks.
Thanks.
All right, how many players from one team can be on the basketball court at the same time?
I think 6. I think 6. Like 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the back.
Oh, for sure. That's right. I don't even need to answer. She's got it.
Nice. Who is Derek Jeter?
Isn't it a music artist? I'm pretty sure he's a music artist.
Okay.
I'm not sure on that one.
Well,
And that's it for wrong answers. And now on to Man on the Street.
Emily. I'm Marnie.
I'm Dylan, and we're going around the UD campus asking people general sports knowledge questions. I'm here with
Layla. Tali.
Can you guys name me every position on a baseball field?
First base. Second base. Third base. The squatter, the one who squats behind the pitcher, and the catcher.
The squatter and the catcher are the same person.
Is there anything else?
Yeah.
The ump, the ref.
Left field.
Left field, right field, outfield.
What's your name?
Ethan.
How much does an NFL football weigh?
8 ounces.
Wrong.
I'm here with
Caesar. Ethan. Samo.
approximately how many dimples is on a golf ball? 28.
75. I'm gonna say 69.
It's 336. Aimed a little low there. I'm here with Caitlin. Ava. How often do the Olympics happen?
Every 4 years.
Every 4 years. Yes! I'm here with Maya.
Natalie. Riley.
What is the diameter of a basketball hoop?
9. 18 inches? 18 inches.
It is 18 inches.
I'm here with Todd Gallardi.
Well, lines.
Guys, how many miles are in a marathon?
24.
30.
It's 26. I'm here with
Brian. Alex.
Can you guys name me as many NBA teams as possible right now? Go.
The Mavericks.
Wizards, Celtics, Hawks, Magic, Heat, Nuggets, Suns, Lakers, Clippers, Kings.
Raptors.
Who am I here with?
I'm Mia.
Okay, can you tell me what sports logo this is?
God, I'm gonna get so hated for this. Is it Philly?
It's close enough. It's Montreal.
Okay. I'm from Boston. Don't hate me.
Who am I here with?
George Dorsey. Shane Lear.
As right now, between the two of you guys, name as many NFL teams until you mess up.
New York Giants. Philadelphia Eagles. Cincinnati Bengals. Dallas Cowboys. Buffalo Bills. Commanders. Seattle Seahawks. Patriots. Green Bay Packers. Texans. Lions. Bears. Jets. Vikings. Texans.
I'm here with.
Ethan. Kyle.
And what is the length of an Olympic swimming pool?
112 feet. 100 meters.
It's 50 meters. I'm here with Lauren.
Connor.
What is the color of the goalpost in football? Yellow.
Yellow.
Who am I here with?
Keisha. Vea.
Can you guys tell me which sports logo this is?
Falcons. No, Oregon. Baseball.
It is baseball. What team?
The Orioles.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
The Orioles. Close enough. Yeah, you did.
I'm here with.
Colin. Ben. And Devin.
What is the most dominant color in sports?
Blue. Probably blue. I'm gonna say red.
It is red.
That's a wrap. Ready? 1, 2.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
And now, back to you guys in the studio.
All right, guys, 5 weeks into the NFL season. That's now behind us, and you know what that means. It's time to overreact. My name's Mike, and I'm here with Rocco and Sam. And today, guys, we're going to go over some of the main 2023 NFL awards, kind of give some predictions. So let's kind of just jump into it here. We'll talk about a few rookies. Sam, I'll look at you first. What do you got for Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year?
So for Offensive Rookie of the Year, I know Puka Nacua is the trendy pick, but personally for me, I'm going with C.J. Stroud. I think he has elevated the Texans to a whole new level that many people didn't see them being at this point in the year. I don't think many people expected much from Stroud, but he's performing really well. And for my Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go with Jalen Carter. I just believe when you look at his statistics, the impact that he's making on an already very deep Philadelphia defensive line, I believe that outshines more than anything.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I've also got Stroud as my Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think the big story here with him is his interceptions. 0 picks through 5 games, just broke the NFL record for most pass attempts without an interception to start a career. Jalen Carter's a great pick as well. I mean, Rock, what do you guys say about that?
Well, C.J. Stroud, definitely, if he keeps this up, he's winning it. The guy's on an absolute tear, which not a lot of people expected, but he's absolutely cooking with the Texans.
If he starts to fall off, though, watch Bijan. Bijan Robinson has a great opportunity, especially because he's taking over this backfield. And then for Defensive Rookie of the Year, I do have to say Jalen Carter and Devin Witherspoon are probably the two that are running away with it. If Christian Gonzalez never got injured, we'd have a different story to talk about here.
Fair. Yeah, I agree entirely. And you're big on your running backs. We'll get into that in a little bit. So now let's kind of move on to a couple of veterans here. I mean, we got Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. Let's start on the defensive side of the ball. I've personally got T.J. Watt. I mean, 8 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 return for a touchdown here. I mean, Rock, I feel like there's kind of a handful of guys you can give this award to every year. I mean, what are you saying here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got your guys like T.J. Watt, Nick Bosa. People are going to come and make an impact immediately. But somebody that they just played a very bad game, probably historically bad. I mean, honestly, it was hard to watch. Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, he's been in the running for it every single year that he's been in the league. And I think this guy, if he turns into another level of, if just a San Fran game, you just put that behind and you keep the tear that he was on. I think he had like 5 sacks or 4 sacks. He had a fumble return touchdown. I mean, this guy, I think he's got it if he keeps his tear up. Micah Parsons is a monster on the Dallas defense. With Trevon Diggs hurt, they need him to show up.
I mean, that's undeniable. Definitely a game wrecker. We were talking about the Niners. Let's stick with the Niners here. Sam, let's move over to the offensive side of the ball. Tell me who the Offensive Player of the Year is and why it's Christian McCaffrey.
I definitely agree. Very somewhat obvious choice. It actually surprised me recently. I was looking. I thought McCaffrey was an Offensive Player of the Year at one point, and turns out he isn't. Be a perfect year for him to win it, though. This 49ers offense, the story for the 49ers seems to always just be defense, defense, defense. But this 49ers offense with McCaffrey has been performing exceptionally well, and I think McCaffrey is the engine that makes it run. I believe personally he's the Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I mean, the guy's got, 99 attempts, 510 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. He scored at least 1 touchdown in each of his last 14 combined games, tying Emmitt Smith there. And, I mean, all of these wonderful things we're talking about Christian McCaffrey here. I mean, you wrap it all up. And, Rock, I kind of want to turn to you here because you take all of these things and you have it going for an MVP vote. Is that correct?
I do. I think I can't say if there was a running back MVP. I don't really remember off the top of my head, but I think Christian McCaffrey, as Sam said, he is the engine of San Fran. Without San Francisco and the 14 games straight with the touchdown, I mean, Christian McCaffrey's on a whole different planet right now. This guy is easily the best player in football right now. It's not always scoring. He always gets yards. He just impresses me every week with new plays, new highlight plays, and I think this is going to be a year that we're going to see quarterbacks not be at the top. I think Christian McCaffrey is really going to shine and show that without San Francisco, without Christian McCaffrey, is not as competitive as they can be. Christian McCaffrey is that important.
I mean, the last MVP that was a running back was back in 2012 when Adrian Peterson did it. The last 10 MVPs were all quarterbacks. So that's why for my vote personally, I have Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, the Dolphins are 4-1, currently the 2nd seed in the AFC. Tua is on pace to break Peyton Manning's all-time passing yards record. I think it makes perfect sense that at the helm of that Miami offense, it's Tua. He's the MVP. Sam, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, I had Tua as a front runner for a while. I think he is a very talented player. But recently, I've been thinking Josh Allen. I believe it's a wide open race at this point still. But I believe with the way Allen performed, he had a pretty bad week 1. But his week 2 and every performance since then, he's been undefeated since that first week. And he has done just really well. And I believe that he finally wins his MVP.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, hey, I mean, only time will tell, right?
Yeah.
That's all we got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching Hens Sports Night. Take care.